You staring at the ceiling and it's 3 in the morning. Again. Your mind is revving at redline, but you aren't going anywhere. You are paralyzed by a threat that doesn't even exist. Your pulse is hammering through your chest for absolutely no reason. You're just laying there, watching a private screening of your own ruin. It's a toxic loop, and it's quietly eating the only reality you actually have. That disaster you're sweating over, it has a 1% chance of actually happening. Yet you're paying the emotional toll right now. It is time to smash the projector and walk out of the theater. Look, overthinking isn't some deep, unchangeable part of your soul. It's just a tired biological glitch. Your nervous system is protecting a king that died years ago. We are going to hard reset that hardware right now. You're scanning every dark corner for a monster that isn't coming. The harder you think, the faster you sink. You are literally drowning in a completely dry room. Stop fighting the water. You think more data and analysis will save you, but logic just throws gasoline on the encroaching fire. The flame needs to be starved of all your attention immediately. Focus is the only air your panic actually breathes. We all drag around the crushing weight of every what if. The modern world demands a speed that breaks the human spirit. It turns us into the willing hostages of our own minds. You are paying rent for a prison you never built. We lie to ourselves and call it being prepared. The ugly truth? We are exhausted and deeply fried. Our attention spans are shredded by endless digital noise. We completely lost the violent ability to just sit still. Look at the glowing digital chains in your pocket today. Every notification is draining seconds from your limited lifespan. Reclaim your focus from the absolute ABYSS. You are being farmed for dopamine by complete strangers. Modern society tells you to vent your feelings constantly, but talking about it just cements the toxic loop. You are just rehearsing your own misery out loud. Total silence is the only medicine the frantic mind respects. The Stoics understood a much colder, physical way. Marcus Aurelius built an inner citadel out of cold logic, a place of absolute, dark, and relentless mental clarity, a fortress that no internal weakness can ever breach. You do not need more podcasts or more cheap understanding. You need a fast, aggressive biological neural reset. You need exactly 60 seconds of absolute, sovereign power. Take a breath because your new reality starts right now. Your anxiety is just tied to your energy with bad management. You are a supercar stuck in neutral, pressing the gas. The engine is tearing itself apart trying to move. Intense heat is destroying the machine from the inside out. The world actively hates your focus and your cold discipline. A distracted man is wildly profitable and easy to steer. They successfully weaponize your imagination against your own peace. You bought the lock for your own mental cage. Marcus Aurelius ruled a bleeding and collapsing empire. People died. Armies failed. The pressure was totally absolute. Yet he chose the cold, hard reset of thought every morning. He conquered his mind before he conquered the battlefield. Trying to care about everything leaves you with absolutely nothing. Real power is the brutal ability to ignore the static. The strength to walk away is sovereign power. You must build an iron immunity to their fake urgency. Stop talking. We are executing a physical neural protocol. I call it the 60-second kill switch for the mind. It is a harsh physical shock to your biology. We are cutting the power cord to your panic loop. I built the sovereign circle for men who fight this. Men who successfully master the physical neural reset protocol. The link is down below. Step into the circle. Leave the noise behind and begin the actual work. Behind those doors, we absolutely reject the toxic loop. We run a brutal daily thought audit on our minds. Dragging a phantom into the sunlight kills its power. We focus exclusively on the heavy iron we can lift. Thinking is only a weapon if it drives fast action. When you stop moving, thinking becomes a slow-acting poison. You drink it every night until you feel physically sick. The only known cure is violent, immediate forward momentum. The doc ABISS is just a mirror reflecting your focus. Every second you overthink is a tax on your strength. Take back your absolute, code sovereignty. The void cannot stare back if you close your eyes. A man ruled by frantic thoughts is totally enslaved. He operates as a prisoner inside his own skull. Rip back your throne and your silence right now. Nobody is riding over the hill to save you. The Stoic reset requires an act of absolute violent will. Humiliation stalks the man who reacts to every single noise. True authority follows the man who remains still. Your silence is a weapon they do not understand. Thoughts are just fast weather passing across your inner sky. A cloud cannot extinguish the burning of the sun. But you give them power when you stare, detach. You must be the sky, never the passing storm. You let panicked ghosts drive your car into the darkness. You are sitting terrified in the back seat. Step up to the wheel and take control immediately. Stop playing the helpless passenger in your own life. Step 1 is the immediate, deep obsidian exhale. Crush your lungs until they are entirely, painfully empty. Hold the vacuum until the physical body reacts. You are starving the anxiety of its precious oxygen supply. The human brain cannot hallucinate panic when it is airless. Base biology takes extreme priority over abstract fears. Raw survival is the ultimate pattern interrupt for the mind. The animal inside instantly strangles the crying philosopher. Listen to the sudden shock of silence between your EARs. For 3 brief seconds, the toxic loop stopped entirely dead. You just grabbed the emergency brake in your skull. This cold stop is the foundation of your future peace. Step 2 is deploying the hard physical sensory anchor. Stare down 5 physical objects in your immediate room. The wall, the door, the shadows, the cold stone. Touch the heavy reality that does not care about you. This is your violent re-entry into the absolute real. You are walking out of the fiction theater right now. You are returning to the cold fact of the now. The physical world is infinitely simpler than your nightmares. A man grounded in the present physically cannot be anxious. Panic requires a future timeline that constantly betrays you. We are forging the iron habit of radical presence. Today is the absolute only currency you actually own. Step 3 is the slow and relentless physical focus. Clench both of your fists as hard as biologically possible. Funnel your entire racing mind into that tight grip. Convert your abstract fear into a concentrated physical force. Now comes the final phase of total neural reclamation. Physical tension permanently shatters the mental noise. The door to the iron cage is kicked completely open. Walk out of the shadows and into the blinding clarity. The endless rain of anxiety has finally stopped falling. Cold sunlight hits the wet, dark stone of your mind. You are finally, completely, and entirely awake. Pull the freezing air deep into your new lungs. The truly sovereign man walks through total chaos and peace. He answers to absolutely no master but his own standard. He moves through the world with immense, heavy gravity. No emotional storm can erode his solid iron base. The silent garden of your strength grows from the ash. True power requires a foundation of absolute dark silence first. Take root and flourish in the eternal now. You are back in command of your own timeline. Check the compass of your personal return on intelligence. You know the exact coordinates of your next move. Steer the ship with cold and violent precision. Burn the bridge behind you and never look back. An iron will is the only currency of true power. Yours was just forged in the fire of 60 seconds. You are standing completely and entirely untouchable. The static noise of the outside world is permanently muted. The heavy bread of total peace is a hard-won victory. Every physical sense is a miracle holding you in place. Grab hold of this violent and raw joy. This is the distinct flavor of a mind reclaimed. The steel circle is completely and totally closed now. The exhausting internal civil war is officially over. You embody the absolute and cold truth. Your physical and mental integrity is an unbreakable point. That bright light was locked inside you the entire time. It was buried under a mountain of cheap digital noise. You are finally looking at your highest, truest self. That guy is significantly more dangerous than you thought. A heavy mountain never stops to ask the wind for praise. It simply dominates its area of the map. Become the silent, arrogant, and immovable mountain. Let their frantic opinions shatter against your stone sides. The open ocean is vastly deeper than any temporary fear. Drop anchor in the deep, dark, and absolute quiet. You are the pressure of the dark depth. The surface storms cannot reach the absolute ocean floor. Your steady breath is your final and most sacred anchor. Guard it like a massive vault of gold. Exhale the toxic expectations of a dying loop. Inhale the icy oxygen of your newfound absolute authority. The burning bridge is successfully crossed and destroyed. You walk from a reactive slave to a tactical master. You successfully weaponize the silence of your SOL. Your timeline is a clean slate, waiting for orders. Why is the modern world so utterly terrified of quiet? Because endless noise is their structural defense against hard truth. It is a loud, incredibly profitable collective LIE. A quiet man destroys their entire system of control. Society demands that you care deeply about absolute nonsense. Handing out your attention for free is a fatal weakness. We cover how to stop that disease next. Master the dark art of selective and total indifference. The hearth is burning warm, steady, and incredibly bright. Sit down by the fire and catch your breath. Subscribe to lock your place in the sovereignty. The agonizing wait for mental clarity is finally over.